Hi, Jennifer Russell here, ready to talk about the company of heaven. Oh yes, I was a student of metaphysics for many years before I ever even knew about the company of heaven. I was born and raised as a missionary kid in Ethiopia. My grandparents and my parents were missionaries. I knew a lot about God. I had studied since I was a wee one. But until I found out about the company of heaven, I feel right now that the best way to describe it, I felt like my life was about this big. And now I feel like my life is totally huge, that I have access to the entire universe, but in a way that I can access it in a way that is personal for me. Oh, so thank you so much for your questions and for your comments and what you want to know, because it helps me so much just fine-tune this Ascension Academy. So today I realize a lot of you want to know, what is the company of heaven? Well, we could say the company of heaven is the company of God. God is a huge name, and there are a lot of departments in God, or we could say this is the company of God. So when you say God, it's all of that included. Everything comes from God, or as some people call it, the great central sun, the sun behind the sun behind the sun. All life comes from that. Every single particle of life, every single little bit of life that you see is from that one source. The company of heaven is composed of three parts. Before I say that, think of God as a university. And there are a lot of different departments, and they were all created for us to evolve and to become masters. So the three parts of the company of heaven are mankind, you and I, and as we ascend, meaning as we get higher and higher in our consciousness and in our awareness and in our frequency, we become ascended masters. So right now you could say we are ascending masters. There's the angelic realm and the elementals. Those are the three parts of the company of heaven. The angels, the beautiful archangels, the mighty archangels, and everyone under them, because there is a hierarchy in heaven. It's not like we think of a hierarchy, where it's a hierarchy of power. It's a hierarchy of love and consciousness and light. So the hierarchy of angels, there's definitely a hierarchy. The archangels are the highest, all the way down to little tiny baby angels who are learning how to radiate the quality of God. Because that's what they do. They radiate these virtues, these rays, and we'll get more into the rays in another video. But right now, an angel's job basically is to guide us, to instruct us, and to hold that high virtue of God, like love, like peace, like the will of God. Very basic fundamentals. In fact, you have a guardian angel. Its only job is you. Every single being in the company of heaven has a job. The other part of the company of heaven are the elementals. The elementals are the mental part of God, the mind of God. So think of everything that you see, everything that I see. I'm here at beautiful Descanso Gardens. Everything that I see, including my own body, is made up of particles of life, of electrons, the elementals, the mental part of God. Go all the way from those little tiny atoms to the Elohim, the highest in the hierarchy, a lot of words, of form, the builders of form. And we're going to talk a lot about them in my next video, because they have left us a gift of how to create. So this age, and I think this is why it is so important for you to get lined up with the company of heaven, because you have something really important to do here. Yes, you have a purpose here. You have a purpose and a part to play in this beautiful divine plan that's unfolding right now. This is the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius began in May of 1954. That's really significant to me because that's the year I was born. And that's happened to be my birth month. And that is when Saint Germain and Lady Portia took the reins from Jesus, now known as Lord Sananda and Lady Nada, and now is the avatar, the hierarch for this age. This is an age of freedom. And Saint Germain has said, there's not going to be any more mystery school. I want all this information to be distributed to all my precious, wonderful beings, my humans on earth. Because you see, the company of heaven, the dance between the angels and us and the elementals, we all dance together in this beautiful harmony. And your job and my job is to absolutely know and stand in our God self, what I call the beloved I am presence, and claim our divine authority and conduct these virtues of God, peace. As we are a conductor of that energy, we speak it into the Elohim, we speak it into the elementals, and they take our thoughts and they build from it. That's how important you are. So we're going to address more of that in my next video, of how we can use our divine authority to absolutely influence what happens in the world. You know, I have to tell you that the students that have studied with me have experienced going from that place of feeling really alone in this huge universe to feeling completely companioned through some really sticky stuff, like a brain tumor, like divorce. You know, the company of heaven is here, very practical for everyday life, and I cannot wait to tell you more. Please keep this conversation going with me, and if you're seeing this on YouTube or anywhere else, go to my blog, Jennifer Ruth Russell, and leave a comment for me or another question. Or you can always find me on Facebook, Jennifer Ruth Russell, and leave a comment there. Until next time, remember, you are powerful and you are precious.